NHL is terrified that this is happening as the Toronto Maple Leafs win yet another game on the back of a lot of players. Too many to name names. We saw Morgan Rielly fight. We saw Matt Murray make his season debut for the Leafs, and albeit at times shaky, held it down with 2 goals being taken back because of a couple of different penalties. I'm going to break that down. And ladies and gentlemen, the Leafs are playing really solid hockey right now. This game got scary for a little bit, but man, oh man, that third line has become a treat. And that top line as well. I mean, everything is starting to look up. Welcome in Jim, Shane, Duster, Blake, Marshall, everybody, Eric. Shout out to everybody in here. It was Darius, the first night of a back-to-back. They win without Joseph Woll in net, which is huge. And I feel pretty solid. Murray did struggle a little bit. We'll dive into that. But these might be the lines going forward now. Not necessarily because of the production of the top line, even though Austin Matthews did score in this game and William Nylander at the empty net goal, but because of that third line. That is going to be the reason that everybody is talking about this game, talking about this team. And what's up, Mello? Man, oh man, what a game from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they get it done once again.
I said it in a video earlier. I don't know if, these lines are going to stick together much longer, but if they do, it's not because of what the top line's doing. It's because what the rest of the lineup is doing. So they've been really good. That third line is cooking. If you get Chris Cuthbert on the broadcast to say that you're cooking, you're doing something right, because that guy's been in the game for a long time. So I thought that was funny, but no, they're playing fantastic. Matt Murray made the saves that he had to. The first goal, I'm not going to blame him. He got a little bit of help, obviously, the high stick penalty. And then the one at the end. I mean, the Leafs video coaches are unbelievable to catch that. I didn't catch that. It wasn't obvious, but clearly goalie interference. So obviously it gets called back. But I don't know. He's slowly getting up to speed in the NHL. There's a big difference, as we can see now. I didn't think it was that much of a gap, but clearly with Alex Nylander's playing the AHL, you can see there's still a significant gap between the AHL and the NHL. So he's still getting up to speed. But yes, it's the Buffalo Sabres who've lost 12 in a row, I think, at this point, maybe even 13. Don't have the stat in front of me, but yes, it's against that team, but you get a win without Joseph Woll in net, with Anthony Stolarz out of the lineup. So I think that's a win-win, and they played a really good first period. And I'm just gonna say it now. I'll wait to say it.
Scorch tape with the 699. Thank you so much, Scorch. Big win for Murray. He was shaky. Yeah, huge win for Murray. And again, against one of the worst teams in the NHL, arguably the worst team, but that doesn't really matter at this point. They're dealing with a ton of injuries. Toronto Maple Leafs, that is, starting to get healthy again. You have your backup goaltender, your third string goaltender in net here, and you get the win. So thank you so much, Scorch, for the 699. But let's dive into the box score a little bit here and kind of just dive into something. So, Darius, we saw a lot of different things tonight. Max Domi, we saw a lot of different things. There's so many things to go over in this game. Nick Robertson is playing unbelievable hockey. I don't even know where to start. You have Bobby McMann playing well. Everybody on that third line is elite right now. Matt Murray, again, shaky at times. The defense tonight, they rocked some new pairings, which we'll get all your thoughts on as well. You saw Max Pacioretty get a goal, and I don't even know what to say at this point. It's working. It's working very well offensively, especially the defense at times tonight. There were some interesting things. Shout out to the Leafs video review guy for kind of saving Matt Murray's goals against average, even though it's still probably technically not great. But I'm super fired up, and tomorrow's going to be another test in the second night of a back-to-back here. But Nick Robertson, what a turnaround. If they do end up trading him, which I still think is possible, man, oh man, did he at least raise his trade value a little bit? But they might be better off at this point just letting that third line run. And this is an NHL team now. They always were, but there's not a lot of AHL guys getting called up like we saw for really a month or so there. You have everybody playing a role, and this team is rolling.
This is the team as is.
Blake Sim comes in again with a donation. And he said, didn't like Robertson's game at the beginning of the season, but if he plays like this, I want him on the team. Goalie's going, can't wait for Monday. Blake, yeah, watch along on Monday. Yeah, that's true. We'll be there for that. And I agree with you. Nick Robertson, Darius was on the train all year. There was a little bit there where he was playing atrocious, so we all had to hop off the train. But Darius,
it made sense. Objectively, it wasn't great, right? Like for a little while there, and you have to start thinking about, maybe you got to move off of him because he's taking up a spot on the team. But if he plays like this, and I've been saying, we know he can play like this, but if he could, if he strings a couple games together and he can do this consistently over the course of a season, there's no reason to trade him. There's no reason to have him out of the lineup. He's a very useful player, and that third line is buzzing right now. So He can score. Again, he loves to shoot there in the triangle in the 5 hole. He loves that. It worked again tonight. Love to see it. It's like a little secret weapon he's got. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how many goals he scored in the NHL using that, and in junior. If you go back and watch highlights, it's crazy. Half of his goals are scored that way. But he's been good. I like his game when he's playing like this. Obviously, not much earlier in the season, but when he plays like this, when he's on, he is a very, very good player, and he's asserting himself physically, especially the last 2 games. And this is the first time I believe I saw that he scored in 3 games in a row in his NHL career. So starting to build off of some momentum here, off of some confidence. Love to see that. And again, that whole line, it's just the dynamic of that line. You have some tenacity on that line. You have some skill, speed, obviously. So McMahon is just, man, when he's on too, he's a special player. He can get in there after the puck as well, and he's pretty quick. So when he's playing like this, there's no reason to have him out of the lineup. And again, he's earned another game. He's going to play. He probably will play tomorrow. I can't imagine he comes out at this point. They can't disband that third line. I think a fourth liner comes out, if anything.
And Jim with the gifted memberships to Leaf Nation, Adam Turner, Lefty, James Nicholson, and Anthony Santia. We are up to now, I think we're approaching, if not, I think we're at now 161 members. I believe we had 156 after last stream. We're already approaching, and again, it'll restart at the end of the month for some of them, whoever doesn't renew. We're approaching 200 members. We're, whatever the number is, 39 away from 200, which is a crazy goal. But Jim, thank you so much. Darius has been working hard. Shout out to him on the emotes. I asked Eric thanking for the belt emote, which is a phenomenal one. But thank you so much, Jim. Your support again, like usual, is much appreciated. Everybody, if you got a gift of membership from Jim, make sure to thank him in the chat. But yeah, I mean, Bobby McMahon has looked really good. Connor Timmins even got an assist tonight, and they've been riding out with him. He played better. I'm curious to see if the impact score chart will be coming out soon. We hope, though they're a little bit, during the weekends at times, they're a bit slower. They did split. I believe I saw them split the first lineup a little bit at times throughout this game, which is
second half.
Yeah, which is intriguing because I mean that third line's rolling. So anything to keep that together, and then of course you go from there surrounding the rest of the lines. But the only player that I've seen slow down a little bit, I still think he's playing well, but like stats wise, is Matthew Nyes, and maybe he's not going to benefit a ton from being on the second line. Maybe he'll get it going in the second line. People are spamming emotes. There's still a lot of work to be done regarding the whole team, but again, I would like them to win 5-1, 5-2 against the Buffalo Sabres, but they were pretty dominant throughout. I didn't think that there was any time where I was super in doubt of this team.
No, and a couple of the goals against. A couple of them, I'm not going to blame Matt Murray for, but there were a few, and including the disallowed goals, where you're like, maybe you should have that. But that's fine. They pick up the win, just win, right? At the end of the day, that's all the Leafs need to do, and they're playing well. They're playing, well enough to win these games, and they're playing a more, I think it's boring caliber of hockey. I guess this year it's not as run and gun and exciting as previous years, but it works. They're winning games, and I can see this being sustainable come the playoffs. So I'm really liking it in that way. And I think the lines are going to look similar to something we saw in the latter half of the game tonight, like towards the end as well, where, Nyes is kind of swapped on that first line. So I think it's going to be closer to that because everything to this point over the last week has been, I think, an experiment anyway. I don't know. Like, unless it was absolutely working, every line was firing on all cylinders. I didn't see them keeping it that way. But I wanted to talk about, too, I thought it was a turning point in this game and a turning point in the Leafs mentality. I
have to stop you right there because we have Mo in the building. Mo, I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas or way too soon. Nah, we're 5 days away, Mo. And
never too soon.
I'm glad you're able to tune into this one. Yeah, whatever you celebrate, of course, happy Hanukkah and all those things. Mo, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad about that. And I actually meant, Darius, you can continue to speak, but I just wanted to shout out Mo. You've been a big supporter of us and, of course, some everybody in here. So thank you so much for that, Mo. We do appreciate it. I'm glad to have you in a stream after a huge win.
I know, huge win. Thank you for tuning in, Mo. I haven't seen you in a while here in the chat. And happy holidays. Whatever you do celebrate, anybody in here, happy holidays. We're creeping up on Christmas here in a couple of days, so that's great. But I was going to bring up, I haven't really seen it in the chat. I think a turning point in the Leaf season. We'll get to it again.
Get back as Mo gifts 5 memberships. I was out of the tab there. Joanna, Kyle, Paul Morrow, Ian, Impossible, Mo. Again, thank you so much. We're approaching 200 memberships. It's insane. We checked earlier. I think we're now 30, whatever the math is, 34 away now, I think, from 200. So, Mo, I'm glad you were able to tune in. Again, everybody who gets memberships, put the emote in the chat. Thank you guys so much for that. As Gentlemen, my girlfriend is here and huge Leafs fan. Showed her her first ever donation. Jim, shout out to your first
Jim, thank you.
donation. I know you've been supporting in the chat a ton, talking to us and gifting memberships here and there. But shout out to you for your first donation.
First donation ever. Monumental moment in Leafs Digest stream history. Thank you so much, Mo and Jim. This is fantastic.
Yeah, Mo. Again, thank you as well, Mo. I'm glad you were able.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad you were able to tune in here, and hope you're doing. Hope you're doing very well, Mo. I hope you're doing well. We've been. I'm adding.
I appreciate Nick and Shane.
Mo, you said Merry Christmas. Alive. I'm gonna add to the. I'm gonna add. Yeah. Also, hit the like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes. I'm gonna add to this, Darius. Since Mo is in here, I think we can add some Christmas lights around.
Very nice. Look at that. On the fly as well. You decorate very nicely. Thank you for this.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys keeping the gimmick alive as well. That's great. Love to see that.
Thank you again, Jim and Mo. Jim is the original ladies man. I hope you're doing well as well. Hopefully, I'm glad you've been able to tune in. As Duster comes in with the 13.99 saying, this one is for Jim. So say this one is from Jim too. Jim, thank you so much for the 13.99, Jim. Your second donation, Jim on the channel. Thank you, Duster / Jim. Appreciate it.
Second one ever, by the way, not tonight.
Yeah,
ever.
Thank you, Duster. Thank you very much, and Mo and Jim. You guys are spreading the Christmas. I even got the Christmas lights up on the fly for you guys. So I mean, ultimately,
where'd you buy those? What store did you pick those up?
I meant to get some actual ones. I want to move them over as well. But ultimately, Mo, I hope you're doing well as well. And okay, it is a night here. Okay. Hold on, I'm running out of super chat emotes here. Mo, you started it. $5 in honor of Mo in the building and Jim's first donation. Mo, thank you again. Everyone's glad to see you here tonight. Jim and Blake, hi, Jim's girlfriend. Go Jim, go. Or go Jim, go. Go Leafs, go. And go Jim, go. And go Mo. I actually have a specific donation for Mo, but I don't know if I have it on me here. But that was made from the Leafs. But anyways. You guys are your support's unbelievable. Incredible. We're adding more Christmas lights. I'm just gonna go ahead and
here we go.
But anyways, back to the game.
Mo, I was gonna bring something up because I haven't seen it in the chat and not too many people were talking about it after the first period. Anybody notice? I said it last stream, or it might have been in a video, but I think it was last stream. I said, watch out for the first game Ryan Reeves does not play in. Because sombody's gonna take.
Here we go. Darius is Ryan Reeves rant. Can we get a Ryan Reeves on the other team emote for Darius?
I'm gonna get one made actually. I need to do that. I need to get on that. But I said last stream, the first time Ryan Reeves is not in the lineup, whatever next game that is, somebody's gonna do something. Somebody's gonna take a liberty with one of the Leafs. And tonight, it happened. I did say that.
And
Nick, thank you so much.
Mary Jim's first donation. Nick, thank you so much for the donation. I love it. I love the Jim. We got you tonight. We got you tonight for sure. Darius, you called it. To be fair, he did call it. Though we do definitely need a Ryan Reeves rant. Certified Ryan Reeves thumbs up.
I'm gonna get a certified Ryan Reeves truther shirt as well, and it'll have Nick Robertson on the back as well. I'm gonna get those custom made.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Yeah, Morgan Riley stepped in. There's a couple things here. So I called it last stream. The first game Ryan Reeves was not in. This was gonna happen. It happened tonight. Obviously, Tage Thompson going after Austin Matthews. And on the replay that's circulating on Twitter, I don't know if we have it actually, but the one that's circulating on Twitter. Thank you so much, Jim, again. First donation ever. The replay that's going around only has the first hit. I think he hit him again. So obviously taking liberties with the captain, right? Morgan Riley steps in, fights. I love everything about that. Everything, because that never happens. We saw with the New Jersey Devils earlier this year. Clearly that was a Sheldon Keefe thing. Do not retaliate, right? I don't like that. You got to do that. That's hockey. That's the stuff you got to do to build this brotherhood, to go win the Stanley Cup. So that's the stuff that we haven't been seeing. We see that from Morgan Riley tonight. I love that. Nick Kyprios goes out on the intermission panel and says it shouldn't have been Morgan Riley. It should be somebody like Matthew Nyes who's played less. That is unbelievable. Everyone's been, calling for just somebody to stand up for another Leaf here. Here, see, he's taking, this was the second one, I believe, taking liberties.
Yeah.
And Morgan Riley steps in and he fights him. Love it. Love it. Like the closest guy to Tage Thompson grabs him and fights. Why is that a problem? Everybody's been calling for it for years. Just grab a guy and fight him if he's taking liberties with your guy, right? Let's build this brotherhood, right? And it's still a problem. So I'm not into the spinning everything as a negative thing. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was fantastic. No one takes liberties on your captain. If Ryan Reeves was in the lineup, I don't know if that happens, but I might end up dying on that hill this season. But we'll see what happens. Ryan Reeves might come in tomorrow night, but I just think it's ironic that that happened tonight. But Morgan Riley put a stop to it, and then it kind of simmered down after that. Jake McCabe's doing a couple rock bottoms, giving Stone Cold Stunner stuff like that. Love to see that. That's his game. And a Max Domi goal. I mean, I thought this was great. Like that Mitch Marner pass is unreal, and then the spinorama pass and the release, like everything. It's just picture perfect. The whole thing, beautiful, beautiful. So great game.
Yeah, we also got the impact scorecard. So as per usual, let us know in the chat what your predictions are for the top 3 on the impact scorecard. I'm gonna go Nylander 1.
I sent it over to you, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't know if you just said that. I was looking at something else. Sorry.
Let us know your prediction for the top 3 in the thing. Also, like the stream if you are new. Shout out to the 93 in here. Let's try to get to 50 likes by the end of the stream. We're at 12. If you're enjoying the daily Leaf streams, well, not daily, almost daily at this point in December, but daily Leafs videos and things like that. Okay. I'm trying to think now.
I thought Tavares did come in. Sorry, just to. This is in the chat here. Tavares came in there. I saw it in the corner of the screen at the end when he got cross-checked in the ribs. Tavares came in and kind of punched the guy in the head, which I never see from Tavares either because he's a robot. So I love to see that. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
What's up,
it's
Jay?
not who you think it is at the top of the chart. I will say that.
Okay.
It's been like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nylander 1 then. So I'm gonna go Bobby McMahon 1, Nylander 2, Max Domi 3. See how close I am. So it was who I thought it was. William Nylander.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sticking with my original prediction then, because I had William Nylander 1, and then you said it's not who I think it was. So
well, I don't know if I wasn't necessarily talking to you. I know people are putting their predictions, but
I'm going. So it's Connor Timmins too. I would never have gotten that. I should have put Morgan Riley there as well. Mo, have a great dinner with your wife. I'm glad you were able to tune in. We'll see you in the stream soon.
We
are going live tomorrow, but we're gonna have a watch along stream during the day on Monday. If you're able to tune into that around.
I think it's 1 Eastern the game starts.
I think it's 2 Eastern. But I'll check. We're going to be live during the day, Mo, for like 3 hours. So maybe if you're free, you can pop out at any point during that. Yeah, it's 2 Eastern. The game starts against the Jets. So hopefully we can see you there. If not, though, no worries. Enjoy dinner with your wife and have a great evening. Third line should get the whole first star there for sure. But, I mean, Connor Timmins, what a bounce-back game for him. And shout out to the coaching staff for pushing all the right buttons every single time.
Yeah, no, fantastic. There's a clip floating around on Twitter right now, too, of Craig Berube. Like, they're up 5-1, and he's just laying into somebody. I can't tell who it is because the camera's focused on him.
We're also having Collins then, Mo. Collins will be available. So if you end up wanting to call in and you're available then as well, you can have priority, similar to Colin if you want to do that.
There will be a waiting room. I will put that out there. There will be. We're first come, first serve. We'll let you in. We'll talk to you, and then we'll move on to the next. But it's not going to be like 17 people in here at once. I will say that.
Yeah, so
that would be pretty crazy.
At a time, just so
definitely one at a time.
You guys won't all be talking at the same time. In case you're curious about that, Mo, we'll definitely get you in though. Make sure you get in if that's something you end up wanting to do. Blake's going to try to be the first call. Blake, you'll have some. Robert, hope you're doing well. For not playing almost 2 years, Murray doesn't look too bad. We have had worse. It's hilarious. We had worse last year. Ilya Samsonov.
We've had worse recently. Yeah. No, that's kind of where I'm standing on this. Like a couple of the goals, do you want them back? Yeah, maybe, but he hasn't played in the NHL in 2 years, and he's earned this opportunity, I think, and I feel like he's going to get better as the games go on.
Have a great night, Mo. Jim.
Take care, Mo.
Yes, Blake, you will. You will. Girlfriend is so impressed with the support of my first ever dono. She has greenlit a second. Well, Jim, thank you. Glad she was impressed. Shout out to Jim's girlfriend. And shout out to Jim for the $10. Jim, thank you so much. It's hilarious. Blake,
first ever.
Second ever now.
Second ever, yeah. But I mean, first ever just a couple of minutes ago. Monumental moments here. We celebrate the monumental moments here at Leafs Digest. So thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you, Jim, for that. You will be able to hear yourselves. Yeah, it'll be picked up on the stream, so the viewers will be able to hear you guys speaking, and they'll also be able to hear me and Darius speaking. So same as like a radio call-in. If you I've seen those, the exact same. And we have a setup for it. So it'll be a smooth process. Just a couple, things we'll go over before we get those in there. Some boundaries, I guess we should say.
Well, I think everyone should know, let's talk Leafs, like
And let's keep the swear words to a minimum.
Yeah, let's keep it PG, everyone. Let's have a good time. And it'll be super simple. You just call a number, enter in a passcode, and we'll let you in. Basically, one at a time. So it should be fun. But interesting impact chart. Should we do our 3 stars of the night? I have mine probably very similar to yours. I'm sure everyone's going to have very similar 3 stars. I don't even know if I'm going to put them in a particular order.
What's up, Jay?
But
yeah, we can. I'm going to take a minute or two here to get them in my head. Hey, guys, I've not been looking at your channel lately. Well, I'm glad you're able to tune in.
Welcome back in, Jay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to tune in. Yes. Again, Jim, thank you for the first ever donation. Unless you're 23, you guys loving the lights? Yeah, we got them midstream. Let's try to get to 50 likes. If you're liking the Leafs wins, obviously it's at an interesting part of the season where it's like in the games that matter a bit less in theory to everybody. It's going to be a exciting though game on Monday against the Jets, and that's their last game for like 4 days. So it actually works out well with how that works with, of course, the long live watch along paired with everything else.
I think they return on the 27th.
Yeah, so 4 days.
The schedule past Christmas, but I think it's Monday. Then they play the 27th on Friday, so they're off for 4 days, and they're playing the Red Wings. Pick up a couple wins here tomorrow and next Friday as well. So many back-to-backs. They play Friday, Saturday again next week. Again, wow, man.
Maybe Darius will be able to make a Saturday for once, because I'm here solo next Saturday or tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here solo tomorrow.
That's right.
So if Jim, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it tomorrow, or Shane, either one, whoever. I'll be solo tomorrow. Just a heads up for all you, if you guys are enjoying the Owen first donation, like Jim, was at the game, boys. 6-0 for the Leafs.
Nice.
Game wins. Owen, keep going. Keep going.
Go to every game, please.
Let the wins keep rolling.
Go to every playoff game.
Can we put Patch's face in front of the train? Get on the Patch's train?
The Patch's
I was
train.
on it early.
That's true, yeah.
Aktimov got lit up tonight. That's not ideal.
Yeah, he got pulled. I believe it was 5-0 at the time he got pulled. Maybe 5-1.
We all have faith. We have all have faith in Aktimov.
His first bad game of the season, and it's December. I think he might be okay.
He's in great shape.
Yeah.
I will thank you again, Owen. I will get some. I will get some new emotes going. Or animations, sorry. We haven't really been. I haven't been on the ball with that. I haven't been on the ball with that at all.
You do have the Christmas lights up. I mean, Amazon's getting better, I guess, because you got those in pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You ordered
lights.
them in about 5 minutes
grab
ago.
them.
They're already here.
All right, because he hits that's a great idea. As Robert comes in with another 5, that is a great idea. Thank you so much, Robert.
Idea,
we should do that actually. Are the Sabres like the Leafs from 84-85 season? We went 16-0 and went 20-52-8 on tear. I wasn't around for the 80-45 Leafs. However,
I remember reading like the Leafs in the 80s. They used to have like the worst record, almost the worst record possible, and they'd still make the playoffs because the way the divisions were. And then they would like make some noise in the playoffs because they had a bunch of guys who would rough you up. But
thank you again, Robert, for the 5. Yeah, I mean, Robert. I wouldn't be able to speak on it directly just based on what we heard, but it's interesting for sure. I'll be here tomorrow night. Looking forward to the call-in on Monday. He will be at the game Monday. I do remember that.
Oh, that's right.
Perfect. You'll be here tomorrow. Sounds good. Would make some Tavares and Frankfurt Toronto be a good Leafs trade target. I like Toronto. I
like both of those players. I think Mason McTavish would cost too much. Frankfurt Toronto though. That's a good player. So. If they pivot, I think they're looking at a center.
And we'll probably have a video tomorrow. Yeah, probably do that either tomorrow or Sunday. Depending on what ultimately, it's the Leafs news. Random news comes out every day, so it's always hard. So
I wasn't expecting Matt Murray. Not that I wasn't expecting Matt Murray. I was expecting Anthony Stolarz. Yeah.
And then, of course, Stolarz. All right, let's get into our 3 stars of the night. Darius, as per usual, I will let you rock and roll here. We do have our 3 stars glasses. I should have got Christmas ones. I will also, on Christmas Eve, I think I'll have a stream on Christmas Eve. I will be rocking. I will 100% actually have a stream on Christmas Eve night. I will be rocking a Santa hat, I think. So just throwing that out there randomly. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, dude.
I think I might rock one closer to Christmas. Maybe the watch along. We'll
maybe I'll rock one. I don't want to mess up my hair. I have new haircut.
My third start tonight is Max Domi. He's centering that third line. Third line's been fantastic. He's scoring again. He looks good. I think he has goals in his last 3 games. So Max Domi.
I'm going to go with my third star after we shout out Robert for another two. I was around for the 80s, was not good. Well, maybe this
Nope.
will be the year, Robert. Maybe this will be, I think, it would be poetic if this is the year they go deep in the playoffs following our obviously going live after every game. Panthers won an OT, still tied in top of the Atlantic. That's unfortunate. However, I do believe we have 2 games in hand now. If the Panthers play again, we still have 2 games in hand. So interesting. Shout out to Robert again for the donation. I'm going to go with my third star is going to be Max Domi. Very good game from him. Played really well. Got on the board once again and has been really good over the past 5 or so games here, especially with how cold he was. So shout out to Max Domi.
I think we're gonna have the same 3 stars here, and I think most people will. But second star, Bobby McMahon tonight. Again, using his body. He's quick on the puck. He's a hound on the puck, and that spin pass to Max Domi for that goal was unbelievable. So, and he gets on the board. He gets on the board right away. The Leafs needed a good start. That's something we talked about in last stream, that they needed to start on time, because that's something that's been plaguing them recently. Even though they have been winning, he gets on the board first. So Bobby McMahon.
My second star is going to be Nicholas Robertson. What a phenomenal game from him. Shout out to Nick. He's been playing really well. Like sneaky,
Yeah.
not even sneaky anymore. Just phenomenal. That whole third line is rocking and rolling. And I'm impressed because I was a big Nick Robertson hater there for a very long time. So shout out to Robertson for a great game tonight.
My first start tonight is Nick Robertson. I've been a Nick Robertson truther all season, and he's finally showing what he can do. We knew that, deep down he had this in him, and he's doing it. He is a +6 over his last 3 games, I believe. He is or he has, I think, 3 goals over his last 3 games. He has a bunch of assists in there. He's moving his feet. He's playing physically, especially last game against the Dallas Stars. Obviously, invested interest because he's playing his brother and his parents were there. But even tonight, doing the right things, keeping it simple as well, and continuing to scoring. So if he can put this together consistently over, a couple games here, not just 3, not just a good week or a hot week. If he can put it together over the course of a month, then I'm not sure they're going to trade him. He can be a useful piece for them. So he's been good. Who's your first star?
Honorable mention to Bobby McMahon. My first star is going to be William Nylander. Really
Nice.
good game from him. Obviously, got a stats pad a little bit with the empty net goal there, but I think he helped drive that top line that wasn't playing phenomenally for the past couple of games. So shout out to William Nylander. Played well on both ends and got 2 assists, 3 total points to go along with it. So that is my 3 stars. And to change it up a little bit because you had
Yep.
Bobby McMahon. Shout out to him though. He's been good all year. The entire time he's been healthy, Bobby McMahon has been one of the best players on the Leafs. Notice Matt Murray not that quick, and the net mobility is slower.
I think he'll get up to speed.
It might just be a little bit of getting used to the NHL game. And again, they won the game. That's what matters. And then tomorrow they have a game, an interesting game. So they got to go ahead and actually take it. Who do they play tomorrow again? I think I'm mixing up my games.
Well, listen, it's the second half of a back-to-back, but you're playing the Islanders, buddy. Like you should absolutely pick up a win. You're at home. You got Joseph Woll in net. Go 2 for 2 here on the weekend.
Still a better
Pick up
team than
another
the
win.
Sabres, though.
I would think there are 31 other teams that are better than the Sabres right now. So
still need to go out and get the win.
Maybe not the New York Rangers, but yeah, still get the win. Absolutely, like you said. But
especially with Monday being against the best team in the NHL in the Winnipeg Jets. Do we really need a center? We got Domi now. And that's an interesting point that we'll definitely touch on in a future video as well. But I mean, I still think they do, but the lines are going well. They need to add somebody to the mix here. And I don't think it's going to go huge with their moves. Like, I don't know if they're going to make a massive splash, but they're going to do something.
We're going to have a video either tomorrow or Sunday, like you alluded to, on one player specifically. And I won't give it away. You got to tune in. You got to tune into the video. But I don't think they're going to go after a big fish, and I don't think they're going after a second line center. I think Tavares has solidified that role this year. He's been playing fantastic, and he can still play that role. I have a player in mind that I think that they're going to target. It's going to be more low key, but I think that they're not going to panic and do it yet. Like they're going to wait closer to the trade deadline and really see if Max Domi can play third line center, even though we kind of saw that last year, and we're not sure if that worked. And I'm not convinced it works, but I think there's another guy that they're eyeing. I think there's a couple guys that they're eyeing, but they're all really low-key options. Like, I don't think they're going to go out and make a splash. It is just not in Brad Treliving's DNA. Like, he's never done that. So I'm not sure he's going to do that, but they're going to make a couple moves, I think, towards the trade deadline.
Yeah, Domi can always play the wing anyway, and can play center if
Yeah.
needed. And at times, like if they get someone who's a more natural center and is really good. I mean, we saw Domi play center in the playoffs for a little bit and was really good from the faceoff circle in there when called upon.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be
True.
interesting to see. But any final thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up? Great stream once again. Your guys' support has been crazy, especially as we pursue Christmas now. 5 days away. This Wednesday, we'll have a watch-along stream on Monday. Post-game tomorrow. Darius won't be there. I will be there. How close do you guys think they are on a deal? I think yes. I think it probably gets done towards the end of the year. A video coming on that as well. So
I think they're working on it, but I don't think anything's going to get done till after the playoffs. I think that's when they're really going to put it together and see where they're at and get that signed. But I don't see either party wanting to part ways. I think Tavares wants to retire here, and I think the Leafs, and I think he knows he's going to take a bit of a pay cut. Like, I think Tavares, a lot of people underrate this. Like, if he went anywhere else, he would still make a lot of money for the points and the numbers he puts up and what he brings to a team. So I think he's going to take a bit of a haircut for what he's worth on the open market to stay here, like he did the first time. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but he did. Right? He could have made 13 million otherwise in a different market. But I think he's going to stay. I think it's in the best interest of both parties, honestly, at this point, because he's playing really well. But the salary can't be anything crazy in the years too. I don't want him to end up on Robertson Island because we know that Tanev is probably going to end up there. But I feel like Tavares has I don't know. Tanev just got here. Tavares has been here. He's been the captain. I don't want to see a guy like that go off on Robertson Island. But if it keeps the cost down, Bradley Living's got to cook. So
do you think the top line is better with or without Nyes? I don't it was good tonight, but I think the top line was better with Nyes. Yeah, but third line is rocking and rolling. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow when Joseph Woll takes the nod between the pipes against a very mediocre New York Islanders team. They have a decent goalie though. Sorokin's been good, has been really good and has been really good in years past. So hopefully the offense can keep it going. Hopefully Joseph Woll can keep it rocking as well. Again, players are dealing with injuries, they're dealing with things. It's that point of the season now where things like that are happening. So ultimately, it's going to be interesting to see what the Toronto Maple Leafs do. We will have a video for you all. He did get cleared. He got cleared. Alex Nylander.
Yeah, he's back with the Marlies.
He's back with the Marlies. Cheers, boys. Jim, have a phenomenal night. We'll see you all in tomorrow's video in the afternoon, as well as me. I will be here bearing something happening. I'll post it. It's a community post if I'm not there, but everything should be good for me and everything should line up for me to be there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a fantastic night. Christmas is upon us. Vibes are great. We got the Christmas lights going. So Leafs, we'll keep on winning, hopefully. But that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you all in tomorrow's video and stream. Take it easy. I'm gonna leave the Christmas lights up while the outro plays as well to keep the holiday
keep the vibes going,
keep the holiday spirit going. But take it easy, everybody, as I find the outro, which is somewhere here.
Matt Murray got the belt tonight.
Did he?
Shout out to Matt Murray. He got the belt. Yeah, just breaking news right there. I just saw it on Twitter. Sorry.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You gave that to him at the.
Nick Robertson. I don't know. I don't know if he was the best player, but I could see
Matt
why
Murray got the belt.
I could see why. Yeah, he's back in the NHL. It's a feel-good story. He gets his first win back after 2 years. That's good news.
Interesting.
It's good news. Good for him.
It's a feel-good story. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great
Thanks,
night,
everyone.
and we will see you all. Good night, Josh. Joshua. We'll see you all in. Good night, Nick, as well. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Digest your daily dose of gold. Stories of the bold where legends are told. From first pop drop to the season's fall.